Nowadays we see insect hotels everywhere, and that's a good thing, but it can also be boring meanwhile.
For long, I wanted to make the best insect hotel in the whole world. Big is not enough. So, what I thought of is having an insect hotel where our visitors can stay inside themselves. So, you are
So
lying
there it
down,
is,
it's
the
all
wooden
okay?
chair in the middle of our insect hotel that we call an insect lounge, the first one in the world. And you can be there, especially in March and April, between hundreds of bees. It used to be an old pheasantry, and then we removed that one, put the skeleton of the insect lounge there, made the shelves in there, and then I bought over 1,000 bamboo sticks. Respect for the colleague that had to saw them in little pieces and so on, and she drilled all the holes into the wood, and it is for a lot of different species. This, for example, are two nests for bumblebees, and you can see that it is two boxes with two separate entrances. One we filled with animal hair, and the other one with wood and some moss inside there. But never the bumblebees came there spontaneously. I found a wet queen someday and I put it in the entrance, but she disappeared. Then I allowed myself to catch another queen once, put her right into the nest, but she disappeared as well. She just escaped. And probably the nest was not at the ground, and hence these ground nesting bumblebees didn't come. While building, we had the first visitors already. This is an European orchard bee. It's a kind of mason bee, and those became more every year. This is a female coming out of the stick. This is for butterflies. And we had a loam wall, and there was already a potter wasp on there, the Ancestroceres species. This red piece of wood was very beloved, and here we have pine cones for example, the common flower bug that eats aphids, fleas, and mites. And those pine cones we put also downstairs, let's say, in the hope that more of these bugs would come. This is for the green lace wings, and the box needs to be filled with hay, and the red lamels needs to be at least 30 centimeters wide, otherwise it doesn't work. These vertical branches of bramble and elderberry, they are mainly for masked bees and minor bees. Then we had some yellow and black inhabitants. Here the potter wasp again. And this one here is the willow-mason wasp, and it's called Simorphus bifasiatus. It makes a nest in hollow spaces, and the adults feed on nectar. Then we had a colony of paper wasps. You can recognize them on the orange antenna, and they are not aggressive, and they occupied the bumblebee nest someday, and that was fine. This is the anthracite bee fly. It parasitizes the larvae of mason bees. Also, the parasites are welcome. They all belong to the family. This is another parasite, and top of the bill, because she is so beautiful, the ruby-tailed wasps. The Latin name is Chrysis fulgida, and it has a blue base of the abdomen with Chrysis incognita that has a completely red golden abdomen. And that one parasitizes on mason bees, and here it is looking if it can enter a hole of a mason bee. We see those every year, two or three, never more. So they are not very abundant. We also had a green species, and that is the blue cuckoo wasp, Trichrisis cyanea, and that one parasitizes on digger wasps and other wasps. The male has a black back or is completely black, and the species is 4 to 8 millimeters anyway. So I think this small one here is a male. You can find this species from April to October. We also planted a lot of plants that are good for solitary bees, a whole range, a whole row of them. And for example, these gauras with the white flowers, they are very beloved. And we had some informative plates there on the fence, and those explain the whole insect launch. This is about insect launch, insect hotels in general. This is who can you find where, the loam wasp on the loam. And here we have tips for the garden lover. Don't make a desert of your lawn. And here we show that with 17 species of plants you can have flowers from January to December. Then this beauty here is a ichneumon wasp. It has no English name. If you know an English name, then please tell me. A Dutch name might be the Darwin wasp. I don't know why, but I would love to know the English name for it. It is a parasitoid on sand wasp, Sphaecidae, and potter wasps and mason bees. So you see him here drilling, and the Latin name is Stenarella domator. The body can be 1.5 centimeters long, and the ovipositor that you can see here drilling can be up to 3 centimeters long. So quite an impressive animal, not dangerous, and you can find them from May to September. Then we had another parasitoid wasp of the genus Gasteruption, and that's also a brood parasite. And then we had a slender wood borer wasp, or related. In any case, it is a Tripoxylon species. These are colleagues of mine, but also normal visitors. They really love to be in this insect hotel. In March and April, you can see every year more and more hundreds of these European orchid bees, and you can see that they have very bright colors. They are brighter than the red mason bee, and the males have clear long white hairs on and under their head. So here you can see a couple of males, and they were also mating. Here only males, they are waiting for the females to come out. So that really makes a lot of noise, and it's really fun to be on that wooden chair. That was a female, by the way, and there's a male in the bamboo stick. It's not dangerous. These species have very small stingers that cannot penetrate your skin, and also they are not aggressive because they live solitary. But you might discuss about the holes and that it's not really smooth and they can damage the wings and whatever, but I see more and more animals and species every year, so I think it's a good thing for the nature, and I think it's the most beautiful insect hotel in the whole world. A lot of people will have a different opinion, so please let me know what you think is a very good insect hotel in the world, especially the one at home, of course, that you make yourself. Keep on doing that, it's very good. And I hope you liked the video, and I would just say see you in the next Zoo Wild YouTube. Thanks for watching. Bye bye.